for the Blossom, but again, that as long as that Reaper alive, you guys are gonna see me do literally absolutely nothing, nothing more until I took it out, and that's what every Reaper plays wants to do, just flank! That's the whole point of the video, that's the only thing they know how to do. Hello boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to today's video. Today's video is gonna be some Reaper gameplay. If you're a Reaper main and stuck in Diamond Below, this series is for you. You know, you're gonna learn how to do. Sorry, I'm a little bit distracted, but I'm all yours now, guys. Just responding to a text, because the queue usually my queues take like literally forever, but you know this time it didn't take a minute. But yeah, if you're stuck in like low EOs as a Reaper player, Diamond and Below, and you can't seem to rank up on Reaper, you're probably playing the character wrong. And the two common mistakes I see a lot of Reaper players do is number one, they either constantly flank on disregarding the matchup. And number two, they always fade in ult. That is the most predictable thing you can do, and one of the worst things you can do, especially if you don't really bait out ult abilities. So fade in ult and constant flag. So now in this matchup, we have high ground control. Number one, it's going to be, so we're going to focus on two things: high ground control, and second is forcing fight on point whenever it favors us. Now, we don't have a really, okay, we do have mobile tank, so we do have a diva for a tank, so that means our control and high ground won't be a problem. There's a life weaver, so whenever you want to play against life weaver, it's really dangerous because he can pull whatever you commit to. So now we're gonna choose to push the life weaver instead of pushing someone else that he can pull. So we push the life weaver very completely out of position. Now the next time we push, we have really good set up for the next fight. So that's why against a life weaver, it's really about setting up your pushes. I think there's a health back here. Okay, so we just kind of get the heals. Okay, so that was a miscalculation on my end. I really thought there was a health bag in the room. I don't know why I didn't fade to the mega health bag. Anyways, so yeah, whenever you play against a life weaver, it's really about setting up like the fight after the fight that you're currently playing, because the current fight, if you just push randomly and overcommit, he's gonna just pull whatever that you want. So now, anyways, okay, they don't have a pocket, so we can actually I was about to say, like, we don't really have to do anything advanced here. We can just play forcing the fight playstyle, because they don't have a diva, they don't have a pocket, and they don't have any brawlers. So as long as we force the fight on point, we can literally win by just existing on the point, understanding the matchup. Now the only brawler they do have, well, Moira doesn't have any fade. Alright, so that high ground control is going to be a little bit nasty. So the only brawler they have is Hazard. As long as we focus the Hazard really a lot, they really cannot do anything. So the Soldier now is off high ground, and the Life Weaver is on high. Early tree, let's get that Soldier of high, because he's on a very dangerous high ground, which is our back. Now he's going to be forced to drop, and he did drop. Now let's force that Ashe of high ground. Life Weaver did, okay, yeah, we can definitely pressure the Life Weaver here. Alright, that should be a good bomb. Good wall, honestly. Okay, we just need to lock in a little bit that Bob in Coalescence. Alright, set up for the next fight. Try to get the Life Weaver before. I was gonna say good res, but we lost. Alright, so it's fine. There's no Life Weaver here, there's an Ashe here. Alright, we do have control of high ground. Try to reset if possible. Okay, we were completely out of the fight there. Alright, so now we know they used tree. That was the best response. They did use tree, and they did use the by the way, like if you're playing Reaper, mistakes, it's gonna be a little bit difficult, especially when you play, like, this is one of the worst matchups to go against, by the way. You have two people that literally outranges you, and the third is his Life Weaver, and it's a big issue to play against a Life Weaver. So as long as, if I can win this guy, you guys can win anything. Alright, so we're gonna try to force fight on point again. Alright, somehow though, okay, we did force the Soldier heals, so that's pretty good. We did get a pick. We will try to take an ult. Okay, never mind. I thought that was the Life Weaver. Alright, I think I'm gonna go with this one. And yeah, if they try to touch, we're gonna have our ultimate. Yeah, he doesn't have, unfortunate. Yeah, that's really not the best ult by him. We're gonna take our ult here, try to confirm the point, and yeah, there's no way he can, because he got pulled. Yeah, he knows it too. But like I said, Hazard is the only thing that can brawl on the point, and if you can just focus him, really, it's all about matchup. Now we're gonna see, is Hazard the Hazard gonna switch or not? Okay, he chooses to still Hazard, to stay Hazard. So I mean, still, okay, yeah, I expected to switch. He's gonna go, he has to go Diva. Like, if he wants his game to go easier for him, he has to go Diva, otherwise this game is really not gonna go easy. Doomfist is something I actually would prefer to go against any day of the week, because we do have some sort of control against Doomfist. Now, it frees us, now we can contest high ground to the best of our abilities without really a lot of issues. Doom is definitely manageable. Not the best switch from this guy, and as you guys can see, we're dragging a lot of attention from the team. The soldier is focusing me, the Moira is focusing me, and the Doomfist is focusing, so we're doing really, really good. Real nice. Yeah, this is a fight. Definitely confirming us. Yeah, there you go. Because now they lost a brawler. Like, really, really, like, it's just about matchup, guys. We do have added a little bit of game sense to Reaper. I promise you guys, you will win almost every game. Now, he has to go Diva. Again, if he wants this game to go any easier, he has to go Diva, because anything from Hazard to not Diva is a better scenario for me. Even if he goes Orisa, it's better for me, because I'll give you guys a second to answer that if you can. If he can, I'll answer this, because yeah, sure, Orisa is going to be good against me directly, but against an Orisa, you never want to 1v1 Orisa directly. You want to play around the Orisa. So that's how you play Reaper against Orisa. I would show you if I ever go against Orisa, but okay, so now we're going to try to shut down the inevitable visor on high ground. There he is. As you guys can see, we're always trying to take high ground whenever it's possible. He visored from the low ground. It's definitely not optimal for him, and it resulted in his death. Again, all of that is because we took high ground from him, and we have our own high ground on his backline, and they don't have abilities. We can go deep here, and the Moira, I guarantee you, she's marked for death. Yeah, I mean, we're gonna take our Blossom here, confirm the point, take the soldier out of the fight, get the monkey. Unfortunately, we did not get the monkey. I really thought he was low, so I guess the, what you call it, the bubble was kind of eating away at my passive was not triggered, because the bubble kind of ate everything. But, you know what, that was a mistake. That was not really the best Blossom. I really thought that my team was there, but I guess it was like a soft reset phase, but it's okay. We did waste our Blossom, but keep in mind they wasted 2 of their ultimates on the previous fight, so not the worst case scenario by any means. So their Ana didn't have abilities, so we're going to try to pressure that angle, so get that soldier off high ground, because usually hits guns like to, okay, he switched his high ground to over there. Again, it's not good news for him. Okay, we died by the orb, because the Ana really took 10 years to acknowledge my existence, but it's okay. The orb really took care of me there, but that was kind of funny. Anyways, as long as now we're gonna go in with like 4 or 5 ultimates on the point. I really don't see them winning this, because their best play is Nano Monkey, because Nano Visor can't really do anything for them, because we have a Diva present in the field, and that, you know, the Matrix. Okay, well, we clipped the Moira. That's already a really great pick. Now let's try to pressure the monkey. If he dies, they'll probably be game, honestly. Okay, he grabbed the Mega. I'm gonna have to retreat all the way in the back, unfortunately, but again, that was a really good play by the monkey trying to take the on out, because that definitely gave them extra few seconds. So, I mean, that was a really good play by the monkey, because he ulted and he got the value. Unfortunately, we're not going to get the Riz off. I really feel like flanking here doesn't really benefit me. I would rather play front line. There's the ult on the monkey. We definitely got a nano here. He obviously wants to visor, that's why he wants to flank, but honestly, worst case scenario is hit for us. He's really, really, really low. He's out of the fight for now, and we did grab some of the heals. If we can get the nano, that'll be really good. Okay, the Mercy took the nano. Really well played by my Ana. Man, like, missing nanos has been like something from the past. Alright, let's go take that soldier. Obviously, he wants to visor from high ground. Yeah, buddy. He's really low. But unfortunately, yeah, this would have been a little bit of better scenario if we actually managed to get that nano. But unfortunately, we did not get the nano, because what would have happened then, if we took the nano, we would have pressured straight up from main, pushed the entire enemy team all the way to the back, and that soldier would have never got even a chance to visor, and I would have had the advantage, and I would have gotten a blossom there a little bit earlier, would have cleaned up the win. But it's okay. I mean, mistakes happen. We pretty much pushed the freaking payload all the way to the end of the map. So as long as we defend at any point, at some point of the match, we will be able to win this. And keep in mind, this is one of the worst matchups to play Reaper into, even though we're playing pretty well, I would say, not flawlessly, because again, when you play one game of Reaper every week, you get rusty. But if you're watching this, I'm assuming you are a Reaper main, so you're playing Reaper every day, so you will have a little bit better mechanical experience than me, because you know you're playing Reaper more often, so you're not going to be as rusty as me. But I only play Reaper for you guys because he's really not my go-to character. But yeah, so my aim is a little bit rusty, but yeah, I mean, but stat-wise, we're doing pretty okay. Yeah, sure, we're playing a little bit on the lower damage, because on this map, when you play against a map like doesn't usually Reaper play it into like a very high ground D long range map, you will obviously be on the lower end of the damage, but as long as you're keeping up with, that's really interesting that she didn't die. As long as you're keeping up with the elimination, that's what we're playing for. We're playing for eliminations there. So now matchup is going to be changed really significantly, and when you play Reaper on defense, it's actually much better than playing on offense on a map like this. And keep in mind, this is a very much better matchup for us. We do have a Monkey to very pressure highly, and we do have a D.Va, and they don't, and we do have a mirror matchup. Now, against a mirror matchup, literally, all you gotta do to win is just dominate the Reaper. Literally, that's all you gotta do. Contest the enemy Reaper and you win automatically. I will tell you right now, you do this and you lose, come comment to my YouTube section. If you're going against a Reaper, never do anything else except taking him out first, and then think about something else. Keep in mind, not only that we have Reaper, we have Monkey to counter, so we have heavy matchup here. Not only that I do have good matchup against the team comp, but we have a D.Va, so my D.Va neglects everything the Reaper does, and my D.Va is good against their Monkey, like against their tank. So yeah, as long as we do that, we're gonna have really great time. Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure what this Monkey wants to do. I mean, there you go, Monkey's out of the fight. Reaper usually, a lot of Reaper players would like to do this, they probably flank, so as long as we keep checking out flank, yeah, they literally, that's the only thing they know how to do. All in the support, and they end up dying because they have no retreat, because they already used their abilities to overcommit on the support, and he got no value. Like the Ana got rezzed, and that's it. He got nothing. So now we're gonna play for the Blossom. But again, that as long as that Reaper alive, you guys are gonna see me do literally absolutely nothing. Nothing more until I took it out, and that's what every Reaper player wants to do, just flank! That's the whole point of the video, that's the only thing they know how to do. That's the perfect example of why you guys should watch this video and apply it to the letter. Almost every Reaper player, they flank, and they don't know how to play Reaper by just not flanking, and sometimes it's just really about the matchup. And yeah, I mean, he flanked, like not only was it a bad flank, but he even flanked without having any ability. Now, the Reaper is way out of my line of sight, so we're just going to play to deny the Monkey, and we're going to be fine. Okay, we have 2 picks. I know she doesn't have ability, so she's really cooked. Yeah, there you go. I saw she didn't have nade, but sleep, it really doesn't matter as long as, you know. Okay, well, you missed your sleep. You dominated, eliminated, terminated, assassinated, and erased from my lobby. And there you go. The 22-4 Reaper is much better than the 14. Oh my god, scared the hell out of me. But where you going? Where you going? Where you going? Where you're going, my man? I really almost solo ulted him to assert my dominance. And well, there you go, guys. I told you, if I can win this game, you guys can win anything, because on attack it was the worst case scenario. Against when you play against Hitscan, especially on a map that benefits them, you're gonna struggle a lot. But if you play perfectly, all your objective is to just make their life, to get just as best defense as possible, because on defense you will have the advantage. Oh yeah, I mean, again, he pushed me when he doesn't have his abilities, so there you go. Like, I don't even need to do anything here, I mean. Alright, we're gonna go in here. I take the Sojourn off high. Alright. Take the auto fight here, take my Blossom. There you go. He's gonna Blossom, obviously. I mean, come on, the game is gonna end. You Reaper, you have to do it! You have to, please! There you go. So predictable, and that is the definition of a Reaper diff, and why you guys, if you just apply that, okay, so like that Reaper from the enemy team is the picture perfect textbook Reaper mains that play Reaper disregarding of the matchup, and they only know easy trick. They only know how to do one thing, which is just constant flag. So if you guys just literally apply these things that you learned from my Reaper videos, I promise you're gonna have much more better experience as a Reaper main. Now, two things that I'd like to highlight. Three things actually. On our first, so on the first trend, we struggled a little bit because they had Hitscan and Life Reaver. Now these three characters are really difficult to play Reaper into. Four actually, considering not only three, but it's also their map. So we had a lot of disadvantages. We had number one, we had the disadvantage of attacking on Reaper on a map like that is very difficult. Second, we had two Hitscan players that outranges us. So whenever that we wanted to take a fight to them, they could just take the fight before we even reach them. So we would take a lot of damage before we get to them. So that's number two. Number three is the map advantage. They had the map advantage on us because Hitscan is dominant on a map like that. Four, the number four disadvantage on that round was the fact that they have Life Reaver. Now the issue with Life Reaver, if you want to push anybody other than Life Reaver, it's just going to get pulled, resets everything, and it puts you in a very bad situation. It gives the enemy team much more value than you. Now, on the other hand, on the second round, we had a lot of things going for us. We had the monkey advantage for us and disadvantage for them because we had the diva. We had the diva advantage, diva counters monkey, and I counter monkey. And we had the Reaper from the enemy team that literally played Reaper like your average Reaper player. Like I said from the beginning, but they constantly flank no matter what. Second is the defense advantage. Like I said, Reaper is much better on defense on a map like that. Three is they didn't even get a chance to dominate high ground because like I said again, Reaper is better on defense. Number four or number three, I don't know. They didn't have Life Reaver. Made our job really that much easier. And the last thing is they didn't know what to switch from Hazard because at least Hazard is mobile enough to get away from you, and he's tanky enough to take. The thing is about Hazard is like when he it's not like Ramato. Ramato when blocks, you still do damage to him. You can still keep triggering your passive, but Hazard when he blocks, he does damage to you. So he puts you in a very awkward situation. So when he swapped off Hazard, he went Doofus, he went Monk, he didn't know what to do. Like if he did, like the only good character against Reaper is, I mean, the tank is Diva, and he didn't go Diva. So yeah, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for stopping by. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did like the video, subscribe and share with your friends if you learned anything too. And before we end the video, I know you guys will kill me in the comment section if we don't open this loot box. So let's have it. Oh, an epic! You know what? I'll take that, actually. And what an amazing way to end the video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Be to the bye.